my sword compared to yours?
It felt almost the same. I think your sword is actually slightly lighter than mine. But what I felt like that meant is there were times that I felt my extensions that were not going forward but were going on an angle were slightly sloppier. Yeah.
You didn't feel quite as much like there was inertia kind of carrying it nice and forwards?
I think that's a really good, that is absolutely the case. And so I would go expecting like the weight and angle I was projecting at to be controlled, and it wasn't quite as controlled as I thought. Which I didn't expect, and I was too like focused on what I was doing with Bumi to pay attention to why.
Yeah.
But it definitely, and I mean like Bumi's like measure and control the fight is like so good that the fact that my blade work was a little sloppy wasn't what he chose to capitalize on, so it didn't make a ton of difference in the fight itself, but I definitely noticed it and was like,
Yeah. I swapped to that sword after I had a 42 cup.
Yeah.
And Kaylin was...
your cup sword.
Yeah. I still have my guard in my basement, but after like a fight on my first or second practice with it, Kaylin was like, hey, just so you know, like, you're not finding or gaining me at all. You're kind of like just moving your sword in a direction, but it has no mechanical advantage over me. I was like, but I'm doing the same thing I did with my other sword. And he's like, I'm pretty sure with your other sword you were just placing the weight of it on my sword rather than kind of making sure the angle and stuff. I tried to like relearn a lot.
Yeah.
But that sword was even heavier than your current sword.
Oh, really?
Because it was 42 baited and it had the cup, which is like one of the heavier furnitures.
Well, is this baited?
I think so, but it's 39 baited.
Because mine is baited.
Yeah, this one's 39 baited though, but like yours, yeah. But the cup hilt was even longer.
I think my blade, my guard has more metal on it than yours. That's probably where the weight is, which would make sense considering.
I thought the baiting was supposed to make it lighter.
Baiting makes it bigger.
It's bigger. It's more. It's closer to from what I understand. This is all tribal spoken knowledge. Who knows if it's true? But my understanding is that baited blades are closer to the period weight and size of the blade, and then the practice blades are later.
At least for
I don't know. I don't think so.
Like 16th century side swords and rapiers.
Yeah.
I feel like by the time you get to like the early and mid 17th century, things get narrower and narrower, right?
I mean, that's when your side.
Is there room for me on this step? Maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Room for plenty of butts. All the butts.
So many butts. Nice.
This is comical. 3 out of 4 people on the ground. Despite the weather calling for a high of 80 today, it's feeling pretty warm to me.
I think it's the sun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retreat back inside after this, I think.
I think it's actually not so bad in the shade.
My watch says it's 73.
I don't believe that for a second.
70, which I don't quite believe.
Weird. I mean, weird. Nothing makes sense.
Even, yeah.
You would think that like even 80 would feel cool after as hot as it's been. But
normally by early August I'm not like, can it be October yet? But I feel that way this year.
what's that noise about?
Very nice.
I want more cardio. Dude, I have been running since like April. And it's so like jogging for like a couple miles is not the same as fencing.
What the fuck is that exercise called?
Hit?
No, it's back when I was doing cross country, one of the exercises we did, and there's a name for it, it's like a German name or something, you would basically sprint or like run fast for 30 seconds and then jog for 30 seconds, and then you would sprint or run fast for 45 seconds and then jog for 45, and you would go up to like 3 minutes. Maybe not 3 minutes, maybe it's like 90 seconds. And maybe it started at like 10 seconds and not 30.
I've been working my way through couch to 5K, and my plan was once I could jog for 30 minutes, was to do couch to 5K again, but with jogging and sprinting. Yeah, but maybe I should just do that now and suffer.
The combo of and so you would do that, you go up to like the longer time period and you work your way back down in like a pyramid.
Yeah.
And there's a scientific reason for doing it that way, but it helps you with the burst speed.
Maybe
And I bet that would help you with fencing.
I bet it would too. Maybe I should just do that because couch to 5K is boring.
And you don't do it every day, you do it like one of your exercises during the week.
So it means like
I mean, you could do it more than that, but like typically in a 5-day practice
I guess it's a sour space.
thing, we would do that exercise like once or twice in a week.
be concerned.
And usually once a week we would do like a really long run, like an 8-mile
Do you
thing.
think it was one item in your exercise plan because it was only like one skill goal? Or do you
Probably.
think it's something that your body could have done regularly?
I probably could have done it for part of our practice every day, but I don't think I could have done it for like the whole practice every day.
It also changed.
Because it is hard.
I was apparently holding my arm like way
And it
back
doesn't,
here.
it's
I
not
was
going to
thinking
work
I was
so much on your like indirect.
way back here.
Yeah.
So like if you want to also be able to fight all day long, you still want those longer runs.
That means I should have jogging days and those pyramid interval
The
days.
position, it was probably the position that worked at the time, and so I had early success with it, so it was positive reinforcement for something that wasn't actually what I was doing. I was thinking I was here. Like, I legitimately thought my arm was here. Like,
Go ahead.
We've all been there.
I only noticed it because of the video I saw with Bumi when I was really peaked. Probably fine when I first started.
I think your sword's
but
back
then it
over
very
here.
quickly
Yeah,
evolved
I
into-
actually think I mindlessly put it over there
Like I
before I
set it
fought.
here, and then I
Live
go
person.
all the
Do
way.
you want to do single sword or rapier and dagger?
Let's do
Yeah, I think you'd benefit from like an interval or like something that includes some sprinting intermix.
I agree. I get gassed way too quickly on like burst exercise,
Yeah,
and I hate it.
I've switched my guard.
We'd also mix in, sometimes we do bleacher runs, which suck. And the other thing that we, bleacher runs.
Is that like up and down?
You
Yeah.
sprint up the bleachers and then you jog down. You sprint up and you jog down.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Similarly, you can find a like semi-steep hill and do the exact same thing. I find the hill to be less dangerous because I would,
Especially as you get tired.
yeah.
How many people fell down the stairs when you were?
Not too, I don't think anyone fell like significantly, but they're all young, sprightly, springy high schoolers. So,
Or not retreat.
you know, you lose your footing a smidge and like you're made of rubber mostly.
There were several times
I hated those hill days, but they were so good for you.
Because
Because it was like you find a medium hill and you fucking sprint it and then jog down, sprint it, jog down, over and over again.
Like I shouldn't ever be able to flip my arm, like body out like this, like in an effective way. It's really slow unless I like close the line. Like I know that's my only way out. So.
I don't know if it was forward, but I placed from the side. And dagger
I heard something on the side of my head and on top of my shoulder,
Yep.
but I really couldn't tell you what it was.
Forward to the footage. I'm not certain.
Trust the footage. It won't lie.
I can never tell what's happening unless I can get it down to like a quarter
There's another thing I
speed.
need to do. I need to engage my
And even then I'm like,
shoulders.
where is that blade?
So because I apparently don't use my shoulders to throw, I only use my arm.
At the countertop, I didn't turn
Which
I felt bad about not calling it.
No, you